Hi, welcome. Hello. Wanna hear a joke? Sure, why not? Knock knock. Who's there? Really expensive X100Vs. Wait, what? We take cash, Visa, MasterCard, or you can also leave your left kidney over there with Brian in sales. Wow, I think that's the dumbest intro I've ever done. Hi, I'm FUTC and I cannot afford the Fujifilm X100V. The Fujifilm X100V is an amazing camera, there is no question about it. But after TikTok did what TikTok does best, prices have surged and buying an X100V either means you're going to have to wait months to move up some waitlist, or you're going to have to sell one of your organs to pay for one. This problem has also translated to older models. Even the original X100 from 2011 is being sold for almost $600 on MPB. Fortunately, there is an alternative that doesn't involve sacrificing one of your life-supporting organs, the Fujifilm X-T30. Last year, in spite of my New Year's resolution of not buying any more cameras, I bought the X-T30 because I wanted to finally try a Fujifilm camera. And I have to say, I completely fell in love with this little thing. 3 weeks ago, I also bought the XF27mm f2.8 pancake lens, which I have been looking at with cartoon heart-shaped eyes ever since I got the X-T30. I think when I was born, the universe just forgot to ship the part of my brain that is responsible for my money management skills. Last weekend, I took this combo on a plane and headed to Vienna. I bought the XF27mm because I wanted to see how portable and compact and close I could get the X-T30 to something like the X100V. The portability is easily nulled when pairing this camera with something like the XF18-55. But with the 27mm, oh boy. I bought the X-T30 used for a bit under $600 and the XF27mm for a bit over $200. Note that there are two versions of this lens, but I'll touch on that later on. If you add these two together, you get what I call the half-price X100V, but with like a really big asterisk next to it because nothing in life is perfect. Unless you're the guy from the Lego movie who just goes on set every day to say, "Honey, where are my pants?" And everybody loses their mind. God, I wish I was him. I took these photos at the Prater in Vienna, but it was already quite late and it was a Monday, so almost everything was closed. It actually had a very eerie and dystopian feel to it. One of the only rides that was still open was this weird thing that I would describe as a big fan with humans strapped to the sides. This thing looks like an absolute nightmare, but I also enjoy sorting through 3,500 photos I took on this trip to Vienna, so my idea of fun might not be the right benchmark. By the way, this is the perfect time to subscribe because I have more videos from this trip coming. Obviously, there are some trade-offs with this kit. The 27mm f2.8 is Fujifilm's only pancake lens that we can use to attempt to match the 23mm f2.0 on the X100V. The XF80mm might also be a candidate, but that's larger, a lot more expensive, and a bit too wide for me personally. Unless Fujifilm makes a comparable lens for the X mount, the 27mm is our next best option, and I actually prefer the slightly tighter 40mm equivalent focal length you get with the XF27 over something that is wider. Yeah, it just fits my style of photography better. Though in terms of light, we're gonna lose out. Compared to the X100V's lens, this f2.8 lens is gonna let in one stop less light to the magical candy factory that produces those sweet Fuji tones, also called the X-Trans4 sensor. But now that I've cleverly transitioned to talking about the sensor without you noticing it, this is the biggest reason why I see this as a feasible option compared to the X100V. They actually have the same sensor. That means on this combo for 800 bucks you get the same 26 megapixels and the same beautiful color science as you do on the X100V, but for half the price. We shortly headed back to the Prater the next day because I wanted to take some more photos there with good weather. Somebody recently commented on a video of mine that I should credit my videographer, so shout out to my girlfriend for following me around with my iPhone.
Wann krieg ich eigentlich mein Gehalt?
Gar nicht. Yeah, the weather was great, but the weird death fan thing was looming above me again, and threatening to take off and fly to the moon. Okay, jokes aside, I actually really like how these images turned out. By the way, all of these images are edited with my new Lightroom preset pack I've just launched 2 weeks ago, and I don't have any sponsors or anything for these videos, and it warms my heart how positively the launch of this preset pack has been welcomed by my viewers. Like, it's actually crazy. I think my prediction was 3 to 5 sales in the first week, and you guys just completely hit that out of the park, and I've been getting so many nice messages from you about the presets and about my past video. I can't even put into words how happy that makes me. If you want to support me with a couple of dollars so I can continue to make these videos, and you also want some sweet presets, then check the link in the description and you can use code WhereAreMyPants to get them for just $5 right now. Let's get back to the X-T30. The most surprising thing to me is that this camera is pretty underrated. Many talk about the X-E4 in this context, but the X-T30 is the cheapest Fujifilm camera on the used market that has an X-Trans4 sensor. That makes it the perfect candidate if you're looking for an alternative to the X100V. The X-T30 is slightly larger than the X100V, but it very comfortably fits into any of my jacket pockets or this small bike bag I love carrying it in when I'm not using the bag while falling off my mountain bike. I also have this big viewfinder hood and this glamorous shutter button. Those both came from the previous owner of the camera. The X-T30's electronic viewfinder is very good in my opinion, but the X100 series has Fuji's hybrid viewfinder, so you have the option to switch between an optical and the electronic viewfinder. This is a very cool feature, and if you really want that, yeah, there really is no way around the X100 or the X-Pro series. But when I reviewed the X-Pro one, I realized I have difficulties with the optical viewfinder because it's positioned with an offset to the left, and I like to get precise with my compositions, so I was using the electronic viewfinder a lot more than I had anticipated. Yeah, even if my photos turn out crap, at least I spent 10 minutes trying to get all the lines straight and symmetrical. Let's take a closer look at the XF27mm f2.8. Okay, no, that's too close. There are two versions of this lens. The one I have here, which was released in 2013, and the newer one, which is marked RWR, and was released 2 years ago. I'm gonna be honest, when I bought this, I didn't know this model was 10 years old, I just found that out. But despite the newer version having a cool aperture ring, being weather sealed and having quieter and faster focus motors, the optical design has pretty much stayed the same. That's why I went with a used copy of the older model instead of the quite pricey newer version. Look, I throw all of my money at camera gear, but when I do it, I try to be smart about it. To some extent. The X-T30 might not have the same lens, hybrid viewfinder or design as the X100V, but it has a very similar button and dial layout that, despite the very compact body size, makes it possible to easily change settings even with thick gloves on. Most importantly, the X-T30 has the same sensor, the same color science that makes me go shut up and take my money, and also has the ability to change lenses, making it a lot more versatile for nearly any situation. And all of that for half the price. The past 1.5 weeks have been pretty crazy. I hustled to finish up the presets and online shop as well as the video and published all of that on Sunday. Then the video went low-key viral on Wednesday, which made me super happy, but also distracted me a lot, which was because I had an exam the next day and I had to study. But yeah, then I had the exam, and then the day after that I flew to Vienna, and yeah, I had an absolute blast there, and I took so many awesome photos and met awesome people, and I have 2 more videos from that trip coming up, so make sure you subscribe. And yeah, that last video in the meantime is looking kind of tasty, isn't it? Thanks for watching, and I hope to see you in the next one. Bye.